Right, thanks Andrew. We've got Really Sure about to move in, so only awaiting Caviar Girl and Shawl to move up. Spanish Eye Stratuzzi away from the line. Might be one or two others behind the trees there. There's one coming into view, Treasure Island. Just had to go back to the tie-up stall. Did that filly, Treasure Island, but she's out there with the others now as they get set. So Shawl a clear favourite here, out to 13.50 today. Now this is Excited Dream, who's in the club's colours, about to move forward, Spanish Eyes. And Stratuzzi with Treasure Island amongst the last to move in. Heavily back favourite won the first race, Magellan Magic, just holding off the late finishing Stella Ombra. And All That Is ran third. Right, thanks Bernie. The last about to move in, Treasure Island. So I think this favourite will get back and need a bit of luck here, sure, but she can hit the line. And she's out to the 13.50 today, and she's our favourite. So they're all in. 13.50 for the second on this warm day. Red lights on. Stand by. The starter has them. Gates open, racing, and Stratuzzi on the outside began best of all. Biagiotti's going forward, and Excited Dreamer's handy out very wide, Treasure Island. Subsolar Vincero, one horse away from the aluminium there, followed by Shawl, who looks to be at least three wide as Caviar Girl slides past it. Sweet Buck, Sakito the inside, Spanish Eye second last improving, and last of all now is Really Sure. So Stratuzzi led the way by a length and a half to Biagiotti, Subsolar third the inside. Vincero is fourth, and Excited Dreamer's fifth, followed by next over on the inside there, Sakito, and then Treasure Island and also Caviar Girl, who slides past that runner. Next there is Spanish Eyes, followed by Sweet Bucks, not travelling well. Shawl is back third, last about to peel out very wide down the side there, and last of all is Really Sure. So Stratuzzi by half a length here from Biagiotti on the outside, and they led the way by 2.5 lengths. Here's Shawl going forward on the outside, the favourites up to third, and then Subsolar back nearer the inside. Vincero is struggling, and Sakito went past it, and next is Treasure Island, homeward bound, and Stratuzzi narrowly, but here's Subsolar looming up on the outside. Sakito going to third, and Shawl on the outside, but Subsolar's taken the lead with 100 metres left to go. Kicks away on the outside, Sakito tries, but Subsolar's clear, and Subsolar won it by just over 2 lengths from Sakito, and Stratuzzi ran third. Next in maybe Spanish Eyes fourth, but Really Sure was up there. Caviar Girl followed by Sweet Bucks, Treasure Island. Shawl briefly loomed but dropped out again. Biagiotti ran third last. Excited Dream second last, and the last one home pulling up short there was Vincero. So Subsolar too good, number 15. Paul Hammersley for Chris Anderson, daughter of Pendragon from a Daylami mare. Used gate one to full advantage and dashed away and has won from Sakito, and Stratuzzi led and has boxed on to run third. 15, 2 and 14. 15, 2 and 14. Number 13 has run fourth, and that was Spanish Eyes just ahead of number 16, Treasure Island. It wasn't a bad debut from the bad barrier. It finished fifth. The time is 120.12. 120.12. 2 1/4 by a short neck. 2 1/4 by a short neck. And 35.47 the last 600. 120.12, 35.47, 2 1/4 by a short neck. 15, 2, 14 and 13, and 16 a cheeky debut ran fifth, Treasure Island. But the honours to Subsolar, who's by Pendragon.
All right, no doubt about it. Subsolar enjoyed the best run by far, obviously beautifully drawn in one, and we saw it a lot closer today than what we did at the Sunshine Coast. In fact, she was green and all over the place at the Sunny Coast, but she did attack the line equally as well. She just had more ground to make up. We're just waiting on Chris Anderson. Here he comes now to have a chat about Subsolar, a filly by Pendragon. So she looks like she's going to be bred to stick on a little bit later on, and I might just swap sides with you there, Chris, but that was a very tidy win.
Yeah, it was. It was impressive second up, wasn't it? Look, she's done everything right. She's trained on well since the first up run, and Paul was really confident going into today, as it was I, especially from the one alley. His third defence, got all the favours, didn't she? And but you know, she put the big bounce in late, and yeah, really happy with that.
She actually was closer in the run than what I expected her to be. Did you expect her to be there?
Probably not. Probably a couple of pairs back further than where she was, but to Paul's credit, he used the alley. She was comfortable where she was, and yeah, look, terrific result.
And just another advantage of him having the ride on her previously, obviously, and knowing what she was capable of.
Yeah, absolutely. Really important you try and stick with riders if you can throughout preparations and campaigns, and he's a terrific jockey. You know, I'd put him on everything if I could, but look, we're blessed up here with great jockeys, and look, I'm really happy for Think Big Stud, who have also got ownership in this horse, thanks to them and Duncan Ramage for giving me some faith. I've got a couple of other Pendragons, and look, they're a value stallion that stand at the Hunter Valley for $5.5 grand, so give them a crack.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward, well, she's nailed a 13.50 early on. Obviously, she's going to stretch out to a little bit of a trip anyway.
Yeah, definitely. We didn't know whether, the 13.50 might have still once again been too short for today. The plan was third up a mile, so we might even look for a race Saturday week or 3 weeks from today in town over the mile, and gets in well as a 3-year-old. So fingers crossed.
Well done. Great job.
Thank you, Bernie.
Yeah, Chris Anderson, our nicest trainer here in Brisbane, or one of them, that's for sure. He is a very, very sweet guy. He used to run the pub, and he was sweeter then, probably. Well, not the pub, but Gallopers, but he's moved on from there. He's now an extraordinary horse trainer. Guys, have we got time for Paul Hammersley? Paul just unsaddling this nice little mare. She's a neatly looking girl too. She did enjoy the best run, to be honest. Poor Shaw, the favourite. She was, probably 4 deep down the back straight. I think the best she got into was 3 deep. She had to sustain a half-mile run. Just couldn't do it. Instead, the Hammer was smoking his pipe in there nicely, third the fence, enjoying a cosy run.
Yeah, that just worked out exactly how we planned. Couldn't have got a better run in transit if we asked. But she showed good improvement since the first run, and I think she's just, good improvement in it yet.
Yeah, that's what you like to see, that improvement from race to race, and hers was, well, not dramatic. She showed plenty on debut.
Yeah, look, she just probably didn't go past them in the straight like I would have hoped, but she went past them, pretty easy, and she ran it out really strong.
Yeah, and stepping up in journey won't hurt her?
No, I don't think so, not at all.
Well done.
Thank you.
Paul looking nice and light since he employed a personal trainer. He's struggling with his weight here, Mike, when he first came back to Queensland, but it's all under double wraps now. 15, 2, 14 and 13 here, Mike. Thanks, guys.